What is up, everybody in the XRP community and the digital asset space as a whole? I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Monday. If you see any scam ads on this video, please do not participate. Now, I'm going to try to do another two-part video here. I found a bunch of digital asset news, but the video would have just been too long. So I'm going to get into it here. All right, now, first and foremost, you guys have all been waiting on this date announcement. This is from Flare Networks. This is going to be the one-to-one Spark distribution for as much XRP as you hold. This announcement just came out about an hour and a half ago. Flare announces, we named our testnet after Martha Costin, who invented the maritime flare. The snapshot of the XRP ledger for the Spark distribution will be taken on the 194th anniversary of her birthday. This will occur on December 12th, 2020. So everybody mark your calendars down. I'm sure you have plenty of time to prepare for that distribution date and that one-to-one allocation. So December 12th, 2020. All right, now I want to get into this a little bit. This is World Economic Forum. And I saw this. I don't know if anybody has posted about this yet, but this is their annual meeting, 2021 in Davos, Switzerland, has been rescheduled. Now, they say right here directly, the decision was not taken easily since the need for global leaders to come together to design a common recovery path and shape the Great Reset, quote unquote, in the post-pandemic era is so urgent. However, the advice from experts is that the forum cannot do so safely in January. Now, during this week, during the week of the 25th of January, the forum will digitally convene high-level Davos dialogues, where key global leaders will share their views on the state of the world in 2021. So keep that in mind. We all know World Economic Forum is Finastra and obviously multiple other huge and powerful leaders across the globe. Just going through here, this is, again, World Economic Forum. This is the pandemic proved companies have a conscience. The Great Reset podcast. Pay attention to their podcasts on here. I listened to this one. They don't directly talk anything about digital assets or digitization, but it all ties into the same thing. They're talking about building better supply chains. It's all kind of the same rhetoric that's tied into the same thing. So, again, they have podcasts. I think it's probably weekly or bi-weekly, but we can see on here too, this is a Sustainable Development Impact Summit, and this is 21st through the 24th of September 2020. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this. Now, this is again about the Great Reset, 2030 agenda. 2030 agenda ties into green economy, removing, basically freeing up non-carbon finance and climate change and everything else like that. And that all ties into digitization as well. So, all right. Again, World Economic Forum. I'm just trying to tie this together for you guys. This is the rhetoric is all over the place. Realizing a great reset for sustainable development. Now, these are SDGs through the World Economic Forum, Sustainable Development Goals. So I'm sure they will be talking quite a bit about this 21st through the 24th of September. And global issue is blockchain right on World Economic Forum's website as well. We can see financial products and services, decentralized asset management, environmental sustainability, economic and social structures, identity and personal management, and governance and law. And blockchain is tied right into the middle of all of those. So if you don't think that those are that blockchain, digital currency, digital assets are not part of the Sustainable Development Goals and the quote unquote Great Reset through the World Economic Forum, they definitely are. I'm curious how the rhetoric is rolled out to the mass populace on mainstream media when all of this actually goes down and occurs. Now, this is from Ripple. This is today, why unifying payments infrastructures will boost financial inclusion. Now, this is from Blockstars with David Schwartz here. He interviews Stephen Thomas. Stephen's now the founder and CEO of Coil, we know, which is a web-based monetization service that streams payments to publishers and creators based on the amount of time Coil members around the world spend enjoying their content. It's interesting, though, he's talking about pre-internet, you had all these different communications companies that had their own cables and their own wires and their own satellites. The internet is a generic communications infrastructure. You can use it for any kind of communication you want. I think about Interledger Protocol, which Ripple basically developed and gifted to the W3C, which runs the internet. I think about Interledger Protocol as a general infrastructure for the movement of value, aka almost the internet of value. Just like the internet is a message or a communications agnostic infrastructure, it doesn't care. If I have a Yahoo email account and you have a Gmail account, I can send you an email and you still get it in 2 seconds. We don't even think about that stuff. I give you my address and you send it. You can't do that with value. If I have a bank account with Chase and you have a bank account with Bank of America, you can't just instantly send money to settle. Now, from a consumer standpoint and what we see, it looks like it instantly gets transmitted, especially if you're internally, domestically doing it. But that's just a payment. Settlements on the back end take days. Now, if you're going across border, that takes multiple days, and the fees are just crazy high. So this is what the Internet of Value is truly about. It's about interoperability. It's about not caring about what value is being transmitted, and it's about making value transmit as seamless as communications through the internet do today. So interesting, though. Check out the Blockstars podcast, and I'll be watching that later tonight, the full thing. Now, this is Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse forecast further loss of the US dollar value. I never really cite Cointelegraph, but they actually do wrap it up somewhat decently in this one. Now, this is the pandemic is throwing so many playbooks out the window, says Brad Garlinghouse. Yesterday's action flies in the face of decades of precedent. Now, Brad is pointing towards a Wall Street Journal article based on the U.S. Federal Reserve's recent announcement that they are choosing to keep interest rates low at the possible expense of higher inflation. All right, now this was interesting. I've seen this before, I believe, but this looks to be newer. This is from August 2020. This is just another Ripple one-pager, avoid pre-funding with instant settlements. I briefly looked through here, didn't see anything too crazy that I missed before. On-demand liquidity, who uses it, Asimo, MoneyGram, Golance, Nium, which is XRP. Maybe that is new. Maybe Nium's new, which is XRP, but Nium used to be Instagram. We're going to see Nium here in a second as well. Maybe that's new. I don't remember seeing Nium being on-demand liquidity enabled in the past. Maybe I missed it. Mercury FX and SendFriend. Okay, but we are going to get into Nium here very shortly. So who uses on-demand liquidity? If you're not aware, on-demand liquidity is XRP, the digital asset enabled. So now today, again, I'm not going to get tinfoil hatty, but Robinhood, Vanguard, TD Ameritrade affected by stock trading outages. Customers are reporting performance issues trying to trade on Vanguard, Schwab, TD Ameritrade, Robinhood, and Merrill Lynch. So interesting. I don't want to buy into that too much. Okay, I do not believe that this was presented upon either. This is Identity and MasterCard sign a 5-year master services agreement. Now, this is for MasterCard. This is Identity licensing their Overlay Plus platform to any MasterCard business globally. And this is the first step of the process, following which they agreed specific statements of work which outline how Overlay Plus will be used to address particular needs in the business. MasterCard had a bid for, I can't remember if it was Earthport or another Ripple-enabled platform, but Identity filed a patent to settle XRP over Swift rails. Identity also partnered with Swift. They're a Swift partner, and Trace Financial to update Swift's messaging standards for ISO 20022. So they file a patent to settle XRP over Swift. Now they partnered with Swift and Trace Financial for updating the messaging standards, which are a global messaging standard that every financial institution has to be using by 2025. Swift transmits all the payments globally for all the banks, pretty much across the board. I know Russia and China are trying to move away from that system, but Swift runs the gambit pretty much at this point. Now, this is Overlay Plus. You can see here, private blockchain built on Corda. We all know Corda Settler uses XRP or Swift GPI. We know Corda has announced that they may initiate different digital assets to settle on the Settler platform. But as of right now, it's just XRP or it's Swift GPI. Tokenization, secure data exchange. Now they do, I believe, talk about Ripple in this and enhance the existing infrastructure. Now they talk about disparate data that is hard to collect, store, and share. We can see Swift, we can see real-time or ACH, real-time gross settlement, and Ripple. We can see the environments, which is Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, Ali Cloud, and then we can see Overlay Plus, single permission truth for all transaction data. Now, if you're not aware, this is Identity plus R3 Corda. Now, Identity is also built on the Ripple protocol. You will see that here in a second. This is a little bit of their patent. This is them tying in with Swift and Trace Financial for ISO 20022 overlay. This is the patent that Identity filed. Nick Armstrong, who is the CEO of Identity. Settlement, gateway of payers sending by way of non-limiting, example XRP. And it does say in this patent as well, preferably Ripple, preferably utilizing Ripple. I think this is it. In a particular form, the final settlement process can be enabled through a Ripple framework, thereby to facilitate substantially real-time settlement across multiple institutions with multiple banks. Cool stuff. All right, this is again Identity here. I'll have to find the initial document of here. I know I presented it before, but this is Identity. The goal of this simple, fast, and secure payment network from Australia is to make a cross-border payment as easy as a domestic payment, built on the Ripple protocol. So again, all right, I did want to touch base on this real quick because I've talked about unstoppable domains in the past. I'll put a link down in the in this video for unstoppable domains. But sex.crypto, that domain, somebody purchased that and it sold on the open market for $90,000. Somebody sold it for 230 Ethereum. That's crazy. So take it however you want to take it, but there's obviously a marketplace for these crypto domains. I found this today as well. I don't believe anybody's found this yet. I may be wrong. Now this is in French. This is from Canada. Now it looks like Interledger Protocol. This is Interledger Foundation. This is the agent that filed this patent, I guess. This is through Hospital for Sick Children. You go down into here to products and it talks about financial transfer, etc. You know, I did a trade. It's a trademark that was filed. The consent of the Hospital for Sick Children, trademark number 922.556. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on this, but that is Interledger Protocol, the Interledger Foundation. Hospital for Sick Children. It looks like a pretty decently large organization here. Corporately branded as Sick Kids. It's a major pediatric teaching hospital located in Toronto. So, interesting. Now, this is just more about digitization here and everything going digital. This is NBR in Bangladesh to make custom duty e-payments mandatory. National Board of Revenue in Bangladesh. They are making electronic payments mandatory to facilitate faster and smoother customs duty payments. National Board of Revenue, we can see it's the government ministry. A central authority for tax administration in Bangladesh. Now this again here is Bangladesh. This is readiness assessment for cross-border paperless trade. So, and this is from the United Nations. This is just in 2019. So everything we talk about on this channel, they are moving towards a paperless global ecosystem here. I'm not going to talk about quantum financial system and all that stuff. I'm not going to say that's not happening, but I'm not going to talk and speculate on specific dates for any of that because it'd be nonsense for me to do so because I'm probably going to be wrong. So again, Bank of Korea today, they are to pick a local consulting partner for their central bank digital currency drive. And I would be extremely surprised if we do not see a central bank digital currency, an actual central bank digital currency go live before like 2023, 2024. I don't know if it's going to be something like a nation like Korea that's a little bit larger, but one of these exotic countries that doesn't have tie-ins to the banking system. Maybe we see it quicker. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. But this is Bank of Korea accelerating its drive for the timely establishment of a central bank digital currency pilot system. Now, they're going to unveil their consulting partnership with this local company in Korea on August 31st. So I'll be interested to see who that is. I'm obviously not tying that into Ripple at all. The central bank is to begin the pilot test of its own CBDC system by the end of next year, by the end of 2021. So the pilot for central bank digital currency in Korea will be occurring by the end of 2021. Now this, we talked about Nium. We can see here from the earlier article that Ripple had that one pager that Nium is XRP enabled through on-demand liquidity. Singapore-based fintech Nium receives UK electronic money institution license. Nium, a fintech, and Nium, if you're not aware, used to be called InstaRem. They rebranded. A fintech payments platform has received an electronic money institution license from the UK Financial Conduct Authority to issue e-money and provide cross-border digital payment services in the UK. That's friggin' huge. With the UK EMI license, customers in the country will be able to continue tapping on our open money network to offer financial services, enter new markets, expand across the globe, generate new revenue, and enhance customer satisfaction. Now, Nium's platform here, you know, they talk about just a generic statement here, but Nium we can see as obviously RippleNet. We saw before now that they are XRP and on-demand liquidity enabled. NTT Research Collaboration advances cryptography and blockchain research. Now, this is a partnership, a joint agreement with Stanford University, a 4-year agreement on the topics of cryptography and blockchain. NTT Research is a division of NTT. We've seen the documents through NTT Data, especially through their subsidiary, Everest, which talked about ILP, XRPL, basically bridging everything across the globe. If you haven't seen that, it's on multiple Ripple YouTuber videos. I've done a couple of videos on it as well. Now, interestingly enough, we can see here on campus, Stanford University Cryptography, they're tied in with Ripple as well. They're with the University Blockchain Initiative. And, you know, just interesting tie-ins that we see here across the board. That's why I don't like talking about dates, because we still see so much testing and so much collaboration. It's hard to pinpoint a date. Maybe certain things are turned on beforehand, but, you know, it is what it is. Again, more collaboration, more digitization. This is Dubai and China signed pact to promote fintech opportunities. And DIFC. This is DIFC and Chengdu-based Jiaozi Fintech DreamWorks will collaborate to increase bilateral market access. So we could just see this probably has nothing to do with Ripple, obviously, but they're tying together all of these silos. Again, Turkish and Libyan central banks signed cooperation memorandum of understanding to enhance economic ties, financial cooperation between the two countries. This was just announced today. DTCC puts out something 3 days ago addressing operational gaps to future-proof for crises. Now, we know DTCC is building on distributed ledger technology as well. You have to look through the rhetoric here, and it's hard to pinpoint certain things, but we can see where all of these initiatives end up, right? Now, again, this is European Central Bank. This just came out today as well. And here we go. Hold on one second. I have to find this real quick. Okay. This is, could you give us more of your thoughts on the Green Capital Markets Union, okay? Capital Markets Union, and this is from European, an individual with the European Central Bank, okay? This was an interview. And I will leave you with this. Capital Markets Union is an area where there is broad consensus, but progress has been relatively slow. The reason for this is that we have financial structures in place that work reasonably well, so it's difficult to shift towards a new system that is more market-based. But in the context of the green transition, we will have to rebuild financial markets in a green way. There will be kind of a copy of the existing financial markets, but the copy will be in green. And when you build something new, that is much easier than changing a system that is already in place. I think this would be a really big chance for the EU to move in this direction. And I believe that she is, to an extent, referencing probably distributed ledger and blockchain technology as far as finance is concerned, breaking down silos and building up this digitization initiative. We talk about it all the time, building the legacy infrastructure running basically in tandem with this parallel DLT infrastructure whenever all the rails are connected and everything is built and the liquidity is there to provide the necessary means for that to perform as it would be expected to operate. So I hope you guys found this video interesting. Maybe I will do the second portion of this video because I did find a lot of digital asset news today, multiple digital asset news, Algorand, Polkadot, etc. So maybe I will present that after that if I have enough energy to do so. If there is news tomorrow, I will shortly present. And thank you guys for watching. All right, take it easy. Later.